Hello, science students. Today I'm going to explain to you your rock cycle project that you will complete the week of March 14th, Instead of having a test over what we've been learning the past 2 weeks, we will complete a project. So, let's get started. The first thing I want to show you is your Google Classroom. So, if you head over to Google Classroom, which this is where you found this video, you will see this project, March 14th, 2022, Rock Cycle Project. If you click it, yours looks more like this, and I have directions in here. When you get to this place, you will see this Rock Cycle Google Slides, and you will see a video over here. Now, the video you need to click on first. That's what you're watching right now. It says right here, instead of a test over erosion weathering in the rock cycle, you will be completing a project using Google Slides. 1. Watch the YouTube video before you do anything. That's what you're doing right now. So A+. The video explains how to complete each slide of the project. If you do not watch it, you will not know what to do. Okay? So that's why you're watching this video right now. Now, I will tell you right now, there will be a follow-up video to this in a couple days that will teach you how to make your presentation fancy. Since most of us are planning on going to high school, I want you to have these skills so you can make a presentation, because it will be an expectation when you get to high school. Number 2, it says this project is due on Friday, March 18th. You will have class time every day this week to work on the project. Okay? So, what you're going to want to do, either now and split your screen between YouTube and this presentation, or just watch my video, is click on this Rock Cycle Google Slide. And when you do that, you're going to get something that looks like this. Okay? This is my copy I made for the video so I could teach you how to do it. Okay? It's 7 slides total. No, excuse me, 8 slides total. And the first slide is, of course, your title slide. And in each of these, I have the directions below right here. They tell you exactly what to do. So directions, instructions, introduction slide. Add a title to the presentation. Everyone should name their presentation Rock Cycle. The R and the C must be capitalized since it is a title. So I'm going to do that right now. Where it says title, I'm going to double click and type Rock Cycle. Whoa. Okay, done. Number 1's done. Number 2 says add your first name, last name, hour, and date. Your first and last name must be capitalized since they are proper nouns. Okay, let's do that. So, first name, I'll be Bob today. Last name, Jones. I'll be Bob Jones today. Let's just do 6th hour. And the date, March 14, 2022. Now you can pause this video and do this to your own slide so you can have it done, but there is a few more steps, so you may want to watch to the end of the slide. So you have your name, hour, date, and we need to go down in the instructions to look for number 3. Number 3 says add a picture that represents the rock cycle. It's worth 3 points. You may move the title and your name, hour, and date to make the picture fit. So to add a picture, here's what you do. You click Insert, Image, Search the Web. And I'm going to type in rock cycle. And I don't know what we're going to get, but let's find out. Actually, let's do rock cycle diagram. See what happens. Okay. Not bad. So let's pretend you wanted this picture. You would click it, click Insert, and it will put it in here, but it will be obviously big. So I'm going to shrink it, move it, and let's pretend your title's in the way. You can click on the title, and when this cursor is across, you can move this box. And if this box is too big, you can grab it, shrink it, click and grab, put your mouse back on the line again, make it across, move this around. Same thing with your name, hour, and date. Okay, you can move it around. You can also take this picture and change its shape if you wanted to. Okay, so there's your picture. Honestly, I wouldn't choose this picture, but that's how you get it in here. I wouldn't choose it because you can't read the words. So maybe, whoops, maybe find a different one. So let's pretend you get this picture in here and you don't like it. Hit delete. See how I have the picture selected? I just clicked on it. Hit delete on your keyboard. Go back in, insert, web. Let's find another one. Okay, this one looks interesting. And yeah, not too bad. Oh. Oh, that's not the rock cycle. It's the Vanadium cycle. Wouldn't work. So delete it. Search the web. And let's just go with, what's this thing doing? Go back in there. Why does it do that? Rock cycle. Let's just choose this. Insert. Aha. There you go, rock cycle. I'd probably try to make this as big as you could so people can read it. You can stretch it out. If I did that, I would want to move my title over. And of course, my name, I would want to move it over. You could either even come in here and separate this by pressing return. Return. Whoa. And I'm going to make this smaller and stick it over here. So I'm just clicking. Anytime you have these boxes on these lines of this text box, you can make them smaller or bigger, in case you did not know. Okay, there it is. Now let's look at number 4. Make your slide unique. Change the color of the slide. This is required. You have to change the color. Then it says you may also change the font style and size, but that's not required. So let's pretend you didn't like the font. You could change it up here, but I want to show you how to change the color because that's required. You go to File, go down to Page Setup, and no, you don't do that. You click Background, and you click Color, and let's pretend you want it to be gray. Done. Gray. Very nice. Okay, so this would be your first slide, and it has all the required pieces, so this would be a hot A+ for the slide. Not for the project, but for this slide. You can press pause at this time, make sure slide 1 is done. Try to find a picture that you like that represents the life cycle or the rock cycle. You can get creative. Type in rocks instead of rock cycle. See what you get. Okay? Hit pause, get the title slide done. Now on to the next slide. The next slide says, what is the rock cycle? And your directions are down here. Use the resources below to look up the definition for the rock cycle and type the definition in the slide where it says to type the definition. Proper capitalization and punctuation is required. So you have 2 resources down here. Resource 1 comes from the National Geographic. If you click on it, it'll take you there. And here is that website. And right at the very top, it says the rock cycle is a series of processes that create and transform the types of rocks in Earth's crust. That's pretty fancy. I'm thinking that we probably don't know exactly what that means. So if you're not liking that definition and you couldn't re-explain it to someone else, choose your second resource. I think you might like this one better. This is something that I made, okay? Here is the definition of the rock cycle and many other things that you'll be using in your project. Miss B will make copies of this if a paper copy would be better, but this is something I made myself that might be more helpful than a website. So you do have the option though. Use the website or my definitions and facts. Rock cycle is a process that is always happening and takes millions of years, which recycles rock through melting, erosion, and pressure. The 3 types of rocks that are made through the rock cycle are igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic. Okay, that is a clear, simple definition. If you like that definition, you could type that here where it says type the definition. Okay, I'm not going to type anything, but you can type it here. You can select this line by double clicking and start typing. Okay, now it says add a picture that represents the rock cycle. So once again, insert web. I'm just going to type in rocks and see what happens. Not really feeling any of that for the rock cycle. I'm going to type in simple rock cycle. Oh, this is simple. If you click it, click insert, and you can see that's not what we want. So delete it, hit delete. That's not the right image. Search web. Rock cycle picture. Let's pretend you decided on this one. It should be different from your first picture. You can insert it here, move it where you want it. Okay, let's pretend that's where you liked it. It looked beautiful to you right there. You could go down to step 4. Step 4 says make the slide unique. Change the color of the slide. That is required. You may also change the font if you want to. So once again, click your slide. Make sure you, when you click your slide, you'll notice that these options change. To change the background, you want to make sure you're clicked out of the text box. So this box pops up. Click background. Let's pretend this time I want light green. Hit done. There it is. Okay. So on this slide, you should have your definition right here. I'm not going to type it, but let's pretend this time you wanted to change your font. You could do that by double clicking whatever you want, coming up here, and one of my favorite fonts is this one. You probably don't have it, but you could do, I know you have Calibri. You could change it if you wanted to. Let's pretend that you want it to fill up more space. You can also increase the size by clicking the plus button. Maybe you don't like the font up here. Okay, you can change it as well. There you go. Okay, so that's slide 2. Hit pause and get that done. Now, going on and moving forward in this slideshow is done the same way, but it changes on slide 3. Excuse me, on slide 3. Magma is slide 3. So it tells you, use the resource below to find the definition of magma and 3 additional facts. Type the information in the slide. So your definition will go here, your facts 1, 2, and 3 here. Oops. So if you look at the resource, the one I gave you is this one. This should look familiar. You were just here. And here's the section on magma. I would read through this. It says magma is molten or melted rock that is only found below the Earth's surface. Above the surface, it's called lava. That sounds like a definition to me, you guys. There's your definition. The next thing, if you read through here, the rest of this is going to be facts. You can choose any one of these, okay? Make it a fact. It says lava is made from melted minerals. That right there is a fact, okay? When you go back into your slideshow, you can type those facts here. You need 3. Make sure you use proper punctuation, capital letters and periods. Okay. Let's look at number 2 says, make the slide unique. Oh, excuse me. There's 2 number 1s. Obviously, I cannot count. But let's look at the second number 1. I will change that for you guys. Add a picture that represents magma. Okay, you know how to add a picture. Insert, image, web. Type in magma. See what you get. Then the last thing is to change the color. Okay, you know how to do that. Make sure you're clicked on the slide. Click on background and do whatever color you want. How about purple this time? Maybe you want the same color for each slide. That's fine too. It does not matter. Okay, so all of these are done in the basic same way, except when you get to the slide that's called Rock Cycle Video. On the Rock Cycle Video, let's look at the directions. On YouTube, find a video that is 5 minutes or less explaining the rock cycle. Okay? And then, well, you must watch you have to copy and paste the video, link in the slide right up here where it says copy and paste. And then it says you must watch the video and write 3 questions that you would expect anyone to be able to answer after watching the video. Type your questions into the slide. Okay, so here's Rock Cycle Video. Leave that alone. Let's go to YouTube. Okay, I'm going to switch my tab to YouTube. Let's pretend I typed in the Rock Cycle explained. You know, you could even leave off explained. You could just type in Rock Cycle or the Rock Cycle. Let's pretend I chose this one. Here it is. It's perfect. It's 3 minutes and 34 seconds. That's under 5 minutes. I'm going to copy this link. I'm going to hit Control Copy on my keyboard, or you can go up to File and click, or Edit, excuse me, and click Copy. And then I'm going to go back to my slideshow and paste it right here. Okay, and then I'm going to watch it and type my 3 questions here. Okay, these are questions that you would expect anyone to be able to answer if they've watched this video. Now, think of it like an Edpuzzle. You guys have done Edpuzzles for a long time. It's the same thing. Teachers watch those videos and then they create questions for kids to answer. You don't have to write multiple choice answers, just a question like, what is a sedimentary rock? Or where can you find igneous rocks? Whatever your video tells you, that's what you type in here. But you need 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? That will probably be kind of hard, but you can do it. All right, next thing. You need to make your slide unique. Oh, nope, not next thing. Next thing, you need to find a picture. Oh, no, we're not finding a picture for this one. This is the video one, so this will go away. No picture on this one. Let's see here, get rid of that. But you do need to make it unique. You can change the background. Okay, so make sure you're clicked outside of the text box background, and you want this one to be orange. Bam, orange. There it is. Okay, so this should take you at least 2 days to do. When you get the slideshow made, there will be another video that I produce that tells you how to make transitions between each slide. So like when you click from this slide to this slide, it will look fancy. The slide might fly in, your words might fly in at separate times. You can do all that in here with this transition button, and I will show you how to use that. Okay, so good luck, guys. I will be looking at your slides from Google Classroom to see your progress, and stay tuned for my next video. See you, bye.